now starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate flight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate flight.
And what I felt was the most competitive weight class this round, and I don't mean that these guys were the toughest weight class, but it was the parity was there. Everybody was right about the same level. The welterweight division, Johnny. Who are these guys that made it to the finals?
Well, you've got Cody, Tap or Snap Udy stepping in there, Mike. The kid has come so far in this sport, but he's taking on a guy that I really like. This guy's got that little X factor, and that's Dustin the Demon Collins, Mike.
I'm telling you, somebody was on our forum that's moved away a couple years ago. They said, how is Cody Udy in the finals? You know what? Cody Udy's been busting his butt, getting better, man. As has Dustin Collins. Welterweight nose bar. It's for the belt. Check it out.
What have you been doing to make sure that you're prepared for tomorrow's fight, and what's going to happen when you step inside that cage?
Same thing. I've been training my butt off, and I think he's going to be my toughest test yet, but I plan on passing it.
All right, he plans on passing the test. Cody, is it going to end by traditional Cody Udy fashion? Is this thing going to end with a tap out?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. All right, Dustin Collins, tell us what you've been doing to prepare yourself, and how's it going to go tomorrow night?
I've just been, hitting the gym hard and working on my cardio and keeping on top of my game, and I'm ready to go.
I want to know from you, Dustin, how's it going to go inside that cage?
If anybody's tapping out, it's him. It's not me. I can guarantee you that.
All right, a guarantee. I like it. Shake hands. Best of luck to both you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.
As we said, Johnny, these guys are probably the most evenly matched fight here in the finals tonight.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And gosh, what more can we say about Cody Udy? The kid has come so far. He's such a stud. He's working his butt off to make sure that when he comes in here, Mike, he's going to get the win, and he's so excited to be here and be a part of this finals.
And an absolute gentleman, 6 foot tall, 185 pounds, living way up north there, training with a pretty good crew though, the West Side Jiu-Jitsu group.
Oh yeah, and Dustin Collins, Mike, this guy's putting his time in as well. He's over there at Elite Performance, busting his butt every day. They say that this kid is an animal. He just wants to go and go and go.
He always wants to get a good train in. He's 5'11", 170 pounds, goes by the nickname of the Demon, and it really kind of fits him.
Oh, it does, Mike. Usually he comes in wearing his shades and popping his collar. I talked about that X Factor, and that's what it is. He's just got that swagger that he knows he's just that tough.
You know, he's not really intimidating looking, not really pretty to watch, but he's got great fundamentals, and he's just a hard worker, as you said.
Oh yeah, Mike, he is. Oh, right there, Cody Udy looking for that takedown. Right there, Dustin Collins doing a pretty good job of stuffing that thing.
Did a great job working on the kind of battling there for underhooks, and these guys, again, they're so evenly matched that you're just not seeing any one guy. There you go, Cody Udy with a nice lateral drop there, beautiful takedown.
Yeah, it was a beautiful takedown, Mike. It looked like it was in a little slow motion there, but hey, needless to say, it was effective, and he now is inside the guard of Dustin Collins.
Cody Udy has always been kind of slow motion with that lateral drop, and he gets it on a lot of people. Was successful once again here on Dustin Collins, finds himself up on top. Looks like Dustin trying to work maybe a butterfly guard, something, trying to get a reversal.
Yeah, Mike. And Cody Udy's glad to just soften me up with a couple punches and look to open up this guard so that he can get into a position where he can
big
submit
shots
this kid.
right there, Johnny. He's really kind of starting to get his distance, but Dustin stings him once from underneath.
Yeah, Dustin there opened his guard for a second, maybe looking to isolate an arm, and Cody. Just
Dustin
like
Collins,
that.
he's, like I said, his fundamentals are great, and he just set that up nicely. Took a couple shots in the process, but Cody Udy looking to pass guard here, and he's doing a really good job with his spacing and distance on top.
Oh yeah, Cody Udy doesn't explode into anything, Mike. He really plans this stuff out, and you can see he's just working in his mind on what he wants to do. And right here,
wow,
he could very well be looking for that arm bar, Mike, that we've seen him tap so many people out with. Oh!
Almost had the back of Dustin Collins, and then was willing to settle for that arm lock. Didn't quite get his other leg around there, and Dustin Collins now finds himself on top with Cody Udy pressed up against the cage.
And Cody Udy likes to fight from this position better, Mike. He likes to be on his back. His guard is excellent. The kid knows how to scramble. That's about the only time you do see him moving at 100% is when he's in that scramble. But be looking for submission tests from Cody all day long on the bottom.
Well, and Cody's a tough kid. Like these shots here, he kind of likes getting hit, it seems. Never never really seems to get phased by them. He'll take some shots, and always looking for that appendage, the appendage you left behind.
Oh yeah, Mike, after the end of the fights, even the ones that Cody does win, if you were to look at the faces, you would have swore he lost the fight, because he does take a beating, but he just says he's wearing his guy out so that he can submit him.
See right there, Dustin Collins landing a big shot from up top. A lot of emotion in it, but it didn't look like it landed very solidly, and it didn't have a whole lot of effect on Cody Udy.
Well, it made the crowd happy, Mike. You hear them cheering every time he throws one of those big overhand rights, and they look nice. They look good. They look mean, is what they look like.
They sure do, and they'll leave an impression on the judge, too. They look like they're devastating blows. Cody Udy doing a real good job of just deflecting those shots just at the last minute to avoid really taking the brunt of them, but sometimes they tend to nick you up, and it looks like maybe Cody took one on the nose or something, got a little bloody nose coming out here.
Yeah, Mike, it's real surprising. Usually Cody's so active from his back, but I think it's because Dustin Collins is constantly moving and transitioning and getting back to his feet and throwing punches, that Cody can't really figure out what to do from here.
Well, looking for a knee bar or something there, but yeah, I think a lot of it has to do, you're fighting in the big show. You're at the Energy Solutions Arena. It's pretty intimidating. A lot of people here, and it could be very intimidating, and sometimes people get a little more calculated in what they do, and sometimes a little hesitant.
Well, Mike, he is definitely moving slow motion, but that's Cody Udy once again. But now, looking for possibly a single leg, and Dustin's going to be content to hammer away at the head. Oh, and a nice double leg, but bumped into the fence, and now Dustin Collins winds up on top. Oh, well, Dave Sollystad's going to tell him what's up.
I think he was grabbing onto the cage, and you cannot gain an advantage by grabbing onto the cage. Dave Sollystad quick to step in there and stand both gentlemen up, and I think that was a great call.
Yeah, Cody Udy, Mike, took full advantage. He just shot right in. Now he takes Dustin Collins down, and now Dustin's on his back looking to fight off, and Cody's going to throw some punches here.
He is doing that, no doubt about it. He does a good job of isolating one arm and then capitalizing on the fact that arm can't block that side of the face. And Cody Udy does that as well as anybody. He exploits your weaknesses, does a great job with that.
Dustin Collins has the closed guard there, Mike, and he looks like he's maybe catching a breather or two, which is, or thinking about something. But Dustin Collins is usually going 100 miles an hour. What's he doing? What's he thinking about?
He's chilling, Johnny. He's chilling.
He's having a break. Oh, maybe
setting that arm lock up, but didn't get his hips around and kind of trying to throw it from the parallel position. Just gave up his back to a guy you don't want to give up your back to.
Yeah, Mike, tap or snap, we call him that for a reason. And this kid, if you give him his back, he's going to sink that choke in, and he's looking for it, but Dustin doing a pretty good job of fighting it off.
He's fighting it off, but Cody Udy's got him in a bad spot. He knows that with plenty of time on the clock, he continues to hammer away at the face here, and it looks like, whoa, the clock just might not be his friend as we're winding down to the end of this first round, and Dustin Collins is going to dodge a bullet.
Oh, he is, Mike. You're right there. Cody Udy liked that position, and he was really looking for that choke, landing some shots, and he's happy with that.
Well, I think Dustin Collins is happy that he got out of that round. Round two, when we come. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, you missed round one of a championship match between Dustin Collins and Tapper Snap Cody Udy. Johnny Ritchie, on my very unofficial scorecard, I give that first round to Cody Udy, given the fact that he was on top most of the time and finished the round with Dustin Collins in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Mike, he had 2 takedowns that were pretty slick. Dustin Collins digging into a good spot midway through the round, but Cody Udy did end up on top. So,
well, right here, Dustin Collins certainly paying retribution. Right off the bat gets the takedown, winds up on top of Cody Udy in a side mount position, and Cody looks like he's tired, Johnny.
Oh yeah, he looks a little wore out there, Mike. I think Dustin Collins' corner was letting him know, hey, you need to get out there. You got to win this thing. You lost this first round. That didn't sit too well with him, Mike.
Boy, Cody Udy just looks like a different fighter. I mean, right off the bat, it looked like he just kind of flopped on that takedown, and he really doesn't have a whole lot of gas in the tank here, not doing a great job of defending like he was in the first round.
Well, like a shark in water, Mike, Dustin Collins senses that, and he's taking full advantage, and he's landing some big shots here.
I think Cody Udy has thrown in the towel internally, and it's only a matter of time. Dave Sollystad was really close to stepping in there. It looked like this fight might have been stopped.
I'll tell you what, these guys over there that we're working with, Elite, they know how to throw those elbows, and he's landing some big ones, and that's it.
Man. Cody Udy was just taking too many shots. Dave Sollystad going to step in and call a halt to this fight, and boy, Dustin Collins lost that first round, but came out of the corner in a big way.
What a difference that round made. That 1 minute made all the difference in the world, and wow, Dustin Collins comes out and gets himself a nice victory.
The Demon is going
going to go home with the belt, Johnny, and he has been wanting this belt since he started this thing. Look at his eyes. He's a happy camper right now.
He absolutely is. Congratulations, the Demon, Dustin Collins.
Whatever the vision, we can assist. Celerity Investments. Log on to investwithcelerity.com for more information.
Dustin! All right, man, it's been a long road, but you're here. You're taking home the belt, man. Tell me, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it feels awesome. One thing, my little boy keeps asking about that gold belt, so he's got something to look at now.
Yeah, he's bringing home a little Christmas present a little early, is what it sounds like. Well, Dustin Collins, we're proud of you. I know your team is proud of you. You stepped in here and won. Is there anyone you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, I need to thank especially my wife. Hovind sunglasses.
I was gonna say, don't forget these sparkling shades you've got on. Well, Dustin, on behalf of Ultimate Combat Experience, I want to say you deserve this belt. Congratulations, man, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Johnny.
Good job, buddy.
That was exactly what we expected. Very competitive chess match that Dustin got position, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. You know, Cody Udy looked really good in that first round. He's slick, Mike. He's only getting better. I guarantee this will not be Cody's last fight for us. He's going to continue to fight, get better, and win.
I tell you, he showed that he deserved to be here. I couldn't be more proud of. The kid did a great job. Dustin Collins walking away with a big win, though. We got more Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. There's another guy that is returning champion, brought his hardware into the ring tonight, into the cage, I should say. Tim Panther, dominant fighter last year. We haven't seen much of him this year, but he's here to defend his title. Who's he fighting?
Well, Mike, he's fighting a guy that I like to call the blue-collar worker of the UC, and that's George Stork. The guy lives in Boise, comes down, beats up on all of us, and goes back home, collects his check, and that's it. And that's what he's here to do tonight, Mike.
As I said, I'm just here to collect my check and my belt, and I'm going back to Idaho tonight. Middleweight, no holds barred, check it out.
Tell me, man, what have you been doing to make sure when you step inside that cage you get a win tomorrow?
Oh, man, just brawl. That's it. Take it to him.
Tell me, man, is that what's going to happen inside that cage? Give us a preview.
That's what I see happening. I'm going to just get in there, brawl, take him down, and probably another choke.
I want to know, man, how do you think this thing's going to go? What have you been doing to make sure you walk in there and get a victory?
By coming and picking up my checks every week, I think that speaks for itself.
That's exactly right. You come in, you fight, you pick up your check. George, send him a message, man. Let him know why you're walking out of that cage with the nice, shiny belt.
I just want to, I got enough respect for the next guy to have enough class to say, it'd be a good fight.
There it is, a good fight. Shake hands, best of luck. Tim Panther, George Stork.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Johnny Ritchie. This guy is a blue-collar fighter, old George Stork, but Tim Panther's kind of the same way. He's just a real hard fighting guy, nothing real super pretty about what he does. He just comes out and beats you up.
I call him the prodigy, Mike. And look at this guy. I mean, he spent some time in the weight room, that's for sure. He just likes to get out here and brawl. Just brawl. That's it.
I saw a body just like that in the mirror this morning.
Where were you at? And whose mirror were you looking at?
It's a funhouse mirror.
It's that's exactly right.
Now, George Stork, that's the body you saw in the mirror this
morning. That's right, right there. The hair starts right under his nose and goes all the way down to his belly button there, Mike. There's no breaking it.
That is a hairy individual.
But that's George Stork for you, Mike.
Good guy, though, Johnny. I really have enjoyed getting to know he and his girlfriend. They come down practically every week this round, and they fought a lot. As you said, he's just a hard nuts and bolts kind of guy and comes out and fights a lot. He's got a pretty tough test on his hands tonight, though.
Oh, he does, Mike, and I think that he knows that, but he said, hey, what better way to show exactly what kind of fighter I am than here in the finals? Oh, look at big Tim Panther.
Wow, that's the strength that I know Tim Panther to have. If you remember his finals match last year, man, same thing. Just came out, just overpowered his opponent, just slammed him down to the ground like that and made quick work of him.
You got to be careful, though, because George Stork, even though he likes to stand up and strike, his submission is pretty slick. The guy he knows how to move and shake, and he can definitely submit guys from the bottom.
Without a doubt. He's very, how'd you say, he's kind of unpredictable. He doesn't have the prettiest submission, but man, he'll catch you.
Oh, he'll work it and he'll lock it on and get it. And he told me, Mike, if this fight goes well for him, he's going to marry that beautiful girlfriend of his. That's what he said. So he's hoping to win.
Well, I guess as his girlfriend, you better be cheering for him. I guess, right?
For sure. What's he looking there? Look, maybe
he's looking for Kimura, but look at that arm he's trying to do it on. It's like the one I saw in the mirror this morning. Huge.
Yeah. His arm is huge, Mike. Tim Panter.
Tim Panter. Yeah, you know, Tim's kind of camping out, though. It doesn't look like he's really being as aggressive as we've seen him be in the past. And maybe he's got a feel for the fact that George Stork is no bum. He's in close quarters with this guy, and you can tell this kid kind of knows what he's doing.
Well, I think, and talking to him in the past, Mike, he said that was one of his biggest problems is he rushes into things too much, and he kind of gets going 100 miles an hour, and then he loses track of what it is that he's trying to do. So maybe working over there with Mushin, they've kind of settled him down a little bit.
He's going 0 miles an hour right now. I mean, he's got to find something in between.
Well, he's got his face buried in George Stork's hairy chest there. Then he sets up and throws some strikes.
What a place to bury your face, too, man.
And you can hear George's girlfriend right there, Mike, let him know.
She's a screamer, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Boy, oh, boy, right there, it looks like Panter was able to pass, but, well, maybe not. George Stork making it tough.
Oh, look at George Stork right there. Mike was possibly looking for a triangle choke or something. Looked like he was trying to grab a hold of that arm, and now he's just kind of scrambling.
He's bent in half is what he is.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tim pick him up here and slam him. What?
That's a shocker there.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
And let's do it one more time for good measure.
It is for good measure. Yeah, we've seen guys try to armbar Tim in the past, Mike, and he literally curls him up and drops him on their head.
Yeah, it's certainly easier said than done, no doubt about it. But it looks like he left something behind here, Johnny, and that's what George Stork was looking for.
George Stork is definitely we're going to be working it here, but Tim will slam you. He's one way or another, he's going to get this arm, get his arm out of there.
Stork's got that arm isolated. He's looking for a lot of different things transitioning here, man, and it's just so difficult because, as you mentioned, Tim Panter he's just a rock, and it's hard to get any movement out of that arm at all.
And you saw the look on George Stork's face. He was hoping that he could get that thing on there and just crank it. Yeah, he didn't get it.
Didn't quite work out that way, but again, it's kind of really a bit of a stalemate, if you will, between these two. Not really a whole lot of action going on. It's just kind of Tim Panter trying to muscle things and George Stork trying to counter that muscle, and it doesn't really seem like either one's gaining much headway.
No, man, but I tell you. Oh, what the heck?
Wow. Have you ever seen that, Johnny?
I haven't seen that, Mike. Instead of a slam, it was like a suplex, but with him around his neck trying to triangle. That was crazy.
Oh, wow. That's I love mixed martial arts, man. It's a lot of fun to watch. You just never know what's going to happen.
And Tim Panter, I think he thought George Stork knew he was going to slam him on his head, so he decided to flip him over and slam him on his face.
And if you can only do that if you're as strong as Tim Panter. That move doesn't work for most of the regular human beings.
Absolutely not, Mike. You're right about that. But George Stork, this guy, man, he's going to try to punch you from all angles. If he can, he's going to do it.
Well, he's been trying to climb that body this entire time. And it seems like he's content on fighting from his back, and I don't know that I would recommend that against a big, strong kid like Tim Panter. So far, Tim Panter hasn't tried to inflict his will on George Stork by punching or anything like that. He's been kind of content to grapple around with him. Now you see Tim Panter kind of throwing some knees to the body, and it looks like maybe he's coming out of his shell just a little bit.
Well, Mike, right here, it looks like, you talk about strength and power, and you just saw George Stork really working and pushing his way to get that right leg across the head of Tim Panter, looking for an armbar, but it just didn't happen.
No, his whole body might not be as strong as Tim Panter's arm, and that's really kind of the sad truth of it.
Yeah, Mike, and that's...
well, maybe it is, Johnny.
Oh, man.
And we're in that spot again, and boy, Tim Panter seems like he likes to give you his arm to set you up for a bonk on the head.
Yeah, and he's doing that, too. He's really dropping him on that thing, and that's got to break it up. I mean, that's got to loosen it up or something.
George Stork is a tough kid. He hasn't given up on that move, even though he's been dropped on his head 4 or 5 times now. Boy, if he just tightened his guard up a little bit, that's going to call an end to the first round. Exciting in its own way, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, Mike, it was. You saw some pretty fun stuff on the ground there. Then that suplex move, I think, made the round for me, Mike. It was fun to watch.
Without question, it's going to be a hard one to score. Are you a grappler? Are you a striker? You like the guy on top? Do you like the guy on bottom working for submissions? That, to me, is a tough round to score.
Tough round to score. And let's see what happens here. You think Tim's going to go for that takedown, or is he going to try to stand up with the old Stork?
That's what... Oh! Who saw that coming? Nobody. That's what you get from training with Mushin. You're not just a ground fighter. You got stand up as well. Wow, man, what a fun fight this has been.
Holy cow. He kicked twice as high as his head. Is that even physically possible right there, what he just pulled off?
I think that was the secret Mushin kick, man. We've been hearing about it.
Those guys
now
do
we've
that.
Seen it.
They do that ninja special training over there, guys. And Ryan Yamasaki, that guy works with
I'll tell you right now that George Stork felt that kick, and he got a little dazed from it. I know that thing landed landed pretty solid.
Well, you can see the side of his face, Mike, right there by his right eye. It's a little bumped up there. He took that shot. He ate it.
And nobody was more surprised about that kick than I was. Nobody saw it coming. It was just a nice kick. Now, you got to capitalize on that. You got your kid stunned a little bit, got him hurt. You got to be more active here. And Tim Panter, I know he's trying to work on calming things down, but there are certain times where you don't want to be calmed down.
Yeah, just like that. When you smell it, you go after it. And he's in his guard here throwing shots, but I don't know how do those really count. I mean, does he really making them count?
Those are rabbit shots, and boy, George Stork just about gets another arm lock. He's really been working that all night long. Maybe at one point he may want to change up his strategy.
Yeah, you've tried several attempts, and Tim Panter just kind of brawls his way through it, whether he slams you or flips you over his shoulder. And man, maybe you're right. Maybe George get back to his feet. But I don't know. After eating a kick like that, you're not sure what to do, I think.
Yeah, you might be best off just kind of hang out for a little bit, get your bearings back about you. Looks like George Stork has kind of recaptured his clarity just a little bit. Now he's got to get to work.
Yeah, he's got to get to work. And those are some, those forearms don't look like there's a lot of power behind them. I tell you what, that is a lot of, he's smashing his head right against the ring or against the ground there. That hurts.
And those are big arms to be smashing. Those little baby shots really hurt because they're not such baby shots.
Well, he's compressing his whole head and he's just kind of smushing him there. But you talked about it. He is not really... Tim Panter isn't really doing anything real explosive here. He's just kind of going through the motions.
This is the most exciting, boring fight I've ever seen. And that there's been a lot of real exciting things happen, but there was a lot of doldrum in between those exciting things.
Yeah, it's Tim Panter in this position and George Stork working for submissions, and then Tim Panter fighting him off, and then kind of back and forth.
I've got Tim Panter's ass memorized.
Does that say sprawl, Mike?
Yeah, it's been up in the air all day and not a whole lot going on.
Well, I know the ladies in the front row are admiring that thing as well, Mike.
I would hope they
Well, especially his wife.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Now we woke up. Where have you been, Tim Panter? This is what we expected out of you from the start.
Mike, he hasn't changed positions there at all, and
that's gonna be it, man.
That's it.
Call a stop to that by Tim Panter. Wow! Who turned the switch on this guy?
What? It's like he heard. It's like he heard what we were talking about
when I talked about his ass.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up and fires up, and you see there that George Stork is not too happy.
Well, you know what? He is the prodigy, though, no doubt about it. This kid could be great at this sport. Man, if you just do it a little more frequently, we'd love to have him.
Statewide Bail Bonds. If the devil made you do it, Statewide Bail Bonds will get you through it.
Tim Panter, we haven't seen you in about a year, but it doesn't look like you've missed a beat, brother.
I've tried. Mushin's awesome. Love him.
You're not going to find a better group of guys anywhere or a better group of trainers anywhere. I got a lot of love for those guys, too. Mad respect. And you're really the prodigy. You're an example of what these guys are all about. You came out here and showed it tonight.
Yeah, I didn't have much time to train. I got a month worth of training, but a month worth of training over there is like a year.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, how tough was that George Stork kid, though? He doesn't look like he's as tough as he is, but he comes out and give you a game fight tonight.
It's all those barrels of hay. Man, he's strong.
He'll be the first to tell you that. It's just hard work on the farm there. Great job, though, Tim. What's next for you, bro?
Hey, man, I'd like to come in here and do it again.
Maybe we'll see you next year. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Johnny, Tim Panter did what Tim Panter does, and he's just a physical, strong kid that came out and out-physicaled and strength his opponent.
Yeah, that's right. George Stork, the blue-collar worker, got sent home by the big physical Tim Panter. Hey, congratulations to Tim. It's been a year. Let's see if we can get him back in here one more time before next year to keep a hold of that belt.
I hope we get George Stork back down here a little more. I've really started to like him and his ornery girlfriend. She is ornery. She keeps me on task. But I really hope we see more of that kid. We got more to do for combat. Don't go anywhere. About 9 months ago, Donnie Rains wanted to come out of retirement to fight a particular fighter that had just started fighting at the time, Lee Doss. And, well, let's just say some bad blood has been brewing ever since.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Donnie Rains wants to get in here and lock up and submit Lee Doss, but Lee Doss said, nah, we're going to stay on our feet, and I'm going to knock that sleeve right off your head, brother.
I think, we forgot about it. This is a couple of guys that just plain don't like each other. They're going to come out here and slug it out. Light heavyweights for the belts coming right at you.
I've been training probably about the last 4 weeks as hard as I can to get ready for this fight. Should be interesting. It's the heaviest I've ever been. So I'm looking forward to the challenge in that. As far as the prediction goes, I hate to throw anything out, but I'd probably say I'm going to take his back, pound him from behind. No homo.
All right, Lee. Tell us how you think this fight's going to go. The winner of this fight's going to receive a little something from the person who started the post. But is that the prediction then? That's it right there.
That's it. I haven't been on the internet to see those predictions. I think they're ridiculous. So nobody knows, what I've been doing, what kind of shape I'm in. So I'm going out 100%. It's all business tomorrow. So.
Hey, right there. Tell me, Lee, how did you prepare for this fight? And tell me how you think it's going to go when you step inside that cage with sleevehead Donnie Raines.
I do what I do every week, man. I'm in the gym every day, getting my skills tuned in, working on anything that I think my opponent would take to his advantage, which is nothing. Good luck on that rear naked. I predict pain. Period. The end. In every situation possible, standing on the ground, it doesn't matter to me, man. I'm putting him on his ass.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. You heard it right there. That's the move. He's going to get it, Donnie. Lee Doss. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Shake hands and best luck to both you guys tomorrow night inside the cage. All right, there you go.
A little putty mouth, old Lee Doss there.
Well, Lee Doss is excited, Mike, and he feels he's that strong in his conviction that he's going to knock the sleeve right off his head.
Well, Sleevehead was one of the most dominant figures in this show for a long time, but inactivity, Johnny, will make you slow down just a little bit, and I'll be interested to see how Donnie Raines reacts.
Well, yeah, Mike, Donnie will tell you life happens, and with his family and his wife, he said, look, I had to really dedicate myself to them and training secondary, so I've been back in it 4 weeks. I feel good. I am heavy, but I think I can beat Lee Doss.
And that didn't used to be the case with Donnie. It was training first and family second, but I think that's the place Lee Doss is in right now. He's in a place where, this is all he does. This is all he thinks about. He's at the gym every day trying to get ready to finally have a chance to go for a belt.
Yeah, Mike, he's one of these guys that'll call out every fighter in the world and they'll tell him, hey, I want to fight you. And then he does. Lee Doss has fought for us consecutively week in and week out.
Yeah, Lee Doss shies away from no challenges whatsoever. Even at the encouragement of his trainers, they said, well, maybe that might not be a good fight for you, Lee. And Lee says, I want to fight. I don't care who it is. I just want to fight.
Yeah, Lee's good about that, Mike. He thinks it's all experience, whether it's a win or a loss. Of course, he wants to win, but a loss, hey, it's something I'm going to learn from, and I'm going to get better from it.
Donnie Raines forcing this takedown here, and this is something that he and I chatted about just a little bit. Lee Doss is really good about making himself wide on the cage, and it makes it very difficult to take him down. Donnie was able to get that takedown, though. I'm not sure he's got control over him just yet, though.
Yeah, well, not yet, but Donnie Raines is going to move and shake, and the kid's, a Walt Bayless animal. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, Donnie Raines has locked him up in any position that he can.
Well, Donnie Raines is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's very, very good at jiu-jitsu. He's not used to fighting at this weight, though. He's a lightweight by nature, and he's fighting light heavyweight here tonight, and, you can see that Donnie's not in the peak condition that he would like to be in.
Oh, no, he's not, Mike, but he accepted the challenge, and he actually looked forward to it, and you heard him in his interview say, hey, I am bigger, but you know what, so what? Lee Doss is a big, tough, powerful kid, but I think my submission's good enough to take him, and right there, he finally gets that takedown.
Wow, he did finally get the takedown. Lee grabbed onto the fence momentarily, though, but Donnie was able to get the takedown nonetheless. But I think Lee was able to kind of recapture position just a little bit by that little tug on the fence, and now he's not completely under the control of Donnie Raines.
No, he's not, Mike, but Lee Doss has been working his butt off on jiu-jitsu. You heard him talk about, Donnie Raines, you're going to try to exploit my weaknesses. Well, I have none, because I know what kind of a fighter you are. You like to submit guys, and it's not going to happen to me. I'm working too hard with my training partners to fight off these submission attempts.
Lee Doss very long and very strong. He's a very physical kid, and makes just submitting him very difficult to do. He's got good stand-up. He's an all-around difficult opponent for just about anybody he fights.
Oh, Mike, and right here, you see Dave Silly said looking a little nervous. This thing isn't really, there's not really much going on from the eyes of, the fans that are here.
There's plenty going on for my liking, man. These guys are really battling it out. But this is what Donnie predicted. I'm going to get your back, and I'm going to pound you from behind. No homo. But, Johnny, he does have that position.
Well, and you see right here, he's really working for that thing, Mike. And wow, Lee Doss, come on, you said you practice. I want to see it.
Well, he's keeping that chin tucked in. He's making it tough. He's not going to give anything to Donnie Raines, and Donnie isn't doing much pounding from behind. It looks like he's just kind of hanging on and looking for a choke.
Well, Mike, and but it looks like he's breathing heavy too, Donnie Raines. Maybe this extra added weight is taking its toll, or at least making it not as easy as it would be in the past.
Well, I hope this fight doesn't end this way, because there was just so much drama leading up to the fight that these guys deserve to at least punch each other in the face a couple times.
Well, you see Nick Rossborough in there training with Lee Doss, and Lee Doss says that Nick is one of the guys that he likes to roll with because he is so long and lean, and if he can train with a guy like that, he knows he can take a guy like Donnie Raines out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure what Dave was yelling at the two fighters for a moment ago. It's something about not touching the gloves or whatever, but you got to be able to grab the gloves to fight a choke. I mean, it's kind of part of fighting that choke off. You got to grab their hand.
Well, Mike, Lee Doss now kind of covered up there, and Donnie's, trying to throw that punch over the top, but Lee Doss does have a hold of that glove. He's not letting go for nothing.
and he shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a bad spot. The guy's got your back. You got to fight it off any way you can. Does a great job, does Lee Doss. You were in probably the worst position in fighting, and you were able to get out of it.
Well, Mike,
against the jiu-jitsu black belt.
Yeah, against the jiu-jitsu black belt. And you got to be careful here because Donnie knows a lot of ways. And you see right here, oh, man.
Wow. He almost had that, but the strength of Lee Doss does a great job of just not giving that up to him. And it looks like Donnie's still going after it.
Well, that's what a black belt's
going to do.
Yeah.
He's a strong kid.
Oh, and the explosion there, Lee Doss. Man, he wasn't just laying around. He just exploded right off the back there.
Well, you get a guy thinking about one thing, and then it opens up other things. And Donnie Raines was so focused in on that arm, Lee Doss was able to reverse him. Not quite going to get this arm lock. It doesn't look. Boy, that was close.
Yeah, that was close. But Donnie Raines is so awesome at transition. Out of any fighter, this guy can go from a triangle to an armbar to a shoulder lock. He just moves around. And
Lee Doss putting the scissor hold on his head, not making it easy for him to get this arm lock that he almost had. Wow, Lee Doss is really showing me some good stuff tonight.
That's pretty cool. I mean, right there, you see right there, he's got that head figure forward. and that hurts.
Making Donnie pay for trying to arm lock me.
Oh, that hurts. I don't care where you're from. That hurts right there.
Yeah, that was good stuff, Johnny. That was a great round. Great transitions from both gentlemen. Good stuff. Donnie Raines clearly won the round, but boy, I think Lee Doss sent him back to his corner, questioning himself just a little bit with some big shots at the end of the round.
Yeah, you hear Greg Carpro there going, yeah, let's get some Vaseline on that wound there and on that lump, and hopefully stop that swelling. And there's Tabitha, a ring girl.
Wow, that shit
round number 2.
Absolutely. And round 2 coming up right here. Lee Doss and Donnie Raines. And Johnny, it's going to be interesting to see what if Lee Doss can carry the momentum from round 1 into the second round.
And Donnie Raines just throwing that lazy kick, Mike, because he's just trying to set up that takedown.
Tired, Johnny. Look at him.
Oh!
He got caught with a right hand, too. He's tired.
Popped it pretty good there, Mike. Yeah, he is tired. Yeah.
Donnie Raines told us he'd been training as hard as he could for 4 weeks, but training to fight 155-pounders is completely different than trying to take down a 195-pounder. He was able to get the takedown there, but Johnny, he's burning a lot of energy here. When you're fighting these big guys, it can really take it out of you.
Well, and that's Lee. I mean, Lee Doss is walking around, in the upper weight class, and then he sucks weight to get down here, and he's a lean fighter. I mean, this guy's all muscle, and for Donnie Raines to really try to work that's taking it out, and that's tough.
Lee Doss actually is not walking around bigger than this weight class. He was in the middleweight division, lost to George Stork, bounced up to the light heavyweight division because he just wanted a shot at the belt. He was able to get a shot at the belt because we just didn't have a bunch of light heavyweights in the division.
Well, there you go. But now, is Lee Doss the one that's tired here? It's dragging his head.
I don't see it. I don't see Lee Doss as tired as Donnie Raines. I look at Donnie, and he's just drooping. He looks like he's just tired. Lee Doss is just waiting for a time to explode is what I'm seeing.
Well, that eye's drooping, that's for sure, because that's Lee Doss put a little blap on that thing right in the beginning of the round there, and you can see his eyes starting to swell up a little bit.
Donnie Raines looks like he's got a little swelling on both eyes.
Yeah.
He's taking a little bit of punishment. You certainly wouldn't know that Donnie's been the dominant fighter in this fight by looking at his face.
No, and throwing some knees underneath there. Not a lot of explosion on those knees, but still he's throwing knees nonetheless.
Tired. He's tired, and he's going for a standing guillotine, and that's what tired people do.
Well, he's still throwing knees underneath, which I like to see.
Johnny,
Not a lot of guys do.
love tapping those knees, though.
Hey.
He's not throwing those with any bad intentions whatsoever. And look at that. He just fell.
He's flopped to the ground.
He's out of gas, Johnny.
Pooped. Well, but he continues going for that takedown, Mike. That's gotta.
Well, that's
once
what's
again, boy.
pooping him. He's getting underneath this big guy, and he's bearing the weight of both fighters. Right here, Donnie Reigns could finish the fight if he just has enough mustard in those arms.
Well, Mike is in a pretty good spot here. Oh, he gave it up!
What did he do? He went for an arm lock, and it was a slow motion arm lock at that. Man, that's what a poop fighter does. Stupid things.
So I've never seen Donnie Reigns do that in my life, and if he did, it was with so much explosion that the other guy didn't know his arm was going to get snapped in half.
He's much better than that. Again, that's just a tired guy thinking. That wasn't very rational thinking.
No, Mike, and a great full mount position, throwing some shots. And
with your opponent pressed against the cage, you had his arms wrapped up. You could have just finished the fight there, it looked like. But, boy, those are some solid body shots by Lee Doss.
Yeah, and you see that right there from the bottom, it looked like Donnie Reigns is trying to pull out one of those tricky chokes that he knows how to do, but Lee Doss punched right through that thing.
Yeah, Lee Doss in a good position now, up on top of Donnie Reigns, turning him back toward the center of the cage. Boy, and he's going to carry him over to his corner so he can listen to a little coaching over there.
But yeah, you talked about it, Mike. These elite guys know how to do that. They must go over this 5 times a day. Get your opponent in our corner so we can yell at you what to do, and they do that so well.
Absolutely. You can see in the background there, get your MMA apparel Against the Fence in the Valley Fair Mall. Johnny, you can get Ultimate Combat gear, tap-out gear, all kinds of
There's the
arm lock Donnie Reigns has been looking for.
You talked about tap-out gear. Right there, you can very well see a tap-out. Donnie Reigns most definitely knows what to do here. And Mike.
Oh, man. Lee Doss has fought a pretty good fight, but, man, you leave something behind with Donnie Reigns, and that could be it.
Well, Mike, that's the sneaky snake. I tell you that this kid, when he's in the gym training, you don't expect it. And he'll catch you and snap you and roll you. And
he gave up on it, Johnny. He's, again, tired. Donnie Reigns is not uncomfortable in this position normally. He's not confused by being bent in half. In fact, he's still looking for a submission. But, boy, Lee Doss is just out-toughing him, I think.
Yeah, well, fatigue, Mike, it'll make you, do dumb things. And he's just wore out here, Mike. He's just absolutely wore out, I think.
And I think Lee Doss is starting to get stronger as time goes by. It doesn't look like, he might be a little tired, but his confidence level has come up, and he's continuously pounding the body of Donnie Reigns. And those hurt, you can tell.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. You can hear them. I mean, those things are landing, and they're solid. It's not like those little love taps we saw, from the earlier fights. He's really landing those things, and you can tell Donnie's wrapping it up just to keep a hold of it. It hurts.
Absolutely. With about 5 seconds left in the round here, Lee Doss is going to let him up. He says, get up, I'm going to knock you out.
Well, good thing that time has expired, because Donnie was looking for a pillow there. He wore out, Mike. He's beat.
For a hole in the cage he can crawl out of. He's tired.
Well, there's DeMarcus and Nick in there. They're letting Lee Doss know that's the path he's got to stay on if he wants to win this thing.
Yeah. Well, we got one more of these rounds, folks, and if it's anything like the last two, it's going to be a good one. Round 3. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, we're picking up on round 3 of 3 between Lee Cobra Doss and Donnie Sleevehead Reigns, Johnny Ritchie. First round clearly won by Donnie Reigns. Second round, very close to score.
Very close to score, you're right, Mike. But Lee Doss, gosh, he looked ready to go, and Donnie Reigns just looked tired. And these 5-minute rounds will wear you out. That's just what they do.
Donnie has been successful at getting the takedown, but man, he's burned up a lot of energy in doing so. Throughout this entire fight, and boy, you can just look in his face. He is tired.
Yeah, Mike, he's breathing real heavy, real hard,
And it seems like every shot that Lee Doss throws, Donnie reacts to it. You can tell you're tired when your full body responds to a single punch.
Well, yeah, Mike, and with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left still in this round, that's a lot of time, and a lot of things can happen here. But when Donnie Reigns is so tired, I don't expect to see a whole lot of his submission attempts out of this kid.
I think Donnie, in his mind, it feels like he's won round 1 and 2, and he's just got to eke out. He can lose this round, just not get knocked out, just kind of stall it out. But when you look like you're the guy that's been beat up, you just never know what the judges are going to say.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. You never do. You'd be ashamed to try to leave it up to those judges because we've seen it in the past where that's happened and it went the other way. We don't, these judges look at a multitude of things and wow, sometimes you think a fight goes one way and it goes the other.
And to me, that second round was very uncertain.
Absolutely.
It's hard to say. There was no lock that he won that round, but I think in his mind he did. Right here, you're seeing a guy that's just trying to hang on.
Yeah, Mike. He's making it look like this. He's really going for this attempt, but I think he's ducking out and having a breather here. But that still sucks because you're underneath Lee Doss.
You're underneath a big guy that's going to pound your body and again, lean on you. He knows how to lean on you and make you work.
Oh, Donnie Raines, I've never seen you so fatigued, but you know what? It doesn't take away the fact Donnie Raines is one of UCE's toughest, and the kid will step up when you call him and do just fine.
No, he's a Hall of Fame candidate for sure. I'd like to see him in that Hall of Fame one of these days with UCE. He's certainly paid his dues. He's been around since day one. Not so active as of late, but he's certainly a staple of the show.
Oh yeah, once again, Mike, he's just one of these guys, a family guy, likes to fight, has a good time at it, but he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to give up the belt. He wants to take that thing home and show it to his family if he gets a chance.
Here's another kind of thought is that this is the evolution of the UCE. 2 years ago, a guy like Lee Doss wouldn't have stood a chance against Donnie Raines, and now a guy like Lee Doss is not only standing a chance, but giving him a beating in many ways. It just goes to show what this show has become.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mike. And, yeah, without a doubt, from where these guys start to where they finish and where they end up, they come a long way, and it's good to see these guys still stick it out. And to see Donnie a part of it, he's an OG. Yeah. He's been around forever.
Well,
so
OG just rolled over, and, again, he's just trying to kind of hang on to Lee Doss and hope that Lee Doss isn't able to posture up and punch. But I got a feeling Lee Doss is going to do just that.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do just that. They love those elbows, and he'll throw them. But Donnie, hey, don't count him out yet. You never know. Donnie can very well catch you with something.
No, he's definitely, I don't know, he's not playing possum. He's definitely tired. But, yeah, if you leave something behind, he'll still catch you, no doubt about it. Although that arm lock he tried in the second round was the ugliest arm lock I've ever seen out of a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Well, Mike, he's going for it.
Right there, man. He is so good at that, Johnny, and he's done that for years. He's so good at just, you leave an arm behind, he'll turn that corner. And man, he just lost it. He's tired.
Boy. Mike, he dang near had that thing. Wow.
Yeah, you called it. You can't count this guy out at all. Now he's looking for a shoulder choke. And boy, John, he might have that.
I'm telling you, that thing looks like it's on. Wow.
Lee Doss is in trouble.
When you see that,
as soon as we counted Donnie Raines out, he pulls off something like this.
Donnie Raines, this guy, I tell you what, it blows me away.
Well, those body shots are hard enough to get Donnie Raines to give up on that shoulder choke. Once again, that's a testament to the punching power that Lee Doss has.
Yeah, and I think with that shot right there, Mike, Lee Doss actually cut Donnie Raines open. Looks like he nailed him right on that goose, on that mouse that he had under his eye and split it.
That thing's ugly, Johnny. Yeah, you can definitely tell Donnie Raines has been in a fist fight today.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that last punch and that followed up by that elbow laced him open, and wow.
He not only laced him open, he continues to pound away at that body there from top. Oh, Donnie Raines looks like he's been through war.
Well, Dave's going to stop him.
I don't know if I agree with that stoppage. You got a shoulder choke on, and you're going to make him stop and stand up? That's a horrible call. I hate to say it.
Oh, my gosh. I thought he was stopping it because Lee Doss was out.
Wow, that's not a good call. Not going to affect the outcome. Lee Doss is confident he's won the belt here. That's going to call a conclusion to this fight. It was a back-and-forth battle, Johnny, and
Lee wants that belt. He wants the belt.
Look at Donnie Raines' face. It looks like Lee Doss does get that belt.
And congratulations to the Cobra, Lee Doss, man, oh, man.
This guy has wanted this belt so bad. This is a tough one to even comment on because it was such a close fight, but congratulations, Lee.
Give him a call for a free consultation, 563-1177.
You're taking this belt home, man. Tell me how you're feeling right now. What kind of emotions are running through your head?
I feel good right now. This is what I've been working for all year. I want to thank Take a Nap for sponsoring all the elite fighters out there. If you want a discount, go to takeanap.com right now, 20% off. Just put in elite just for today. And everybody that wants to train with champions, you want to be a champion, you want to work like a champion, you come over to Elite, baby. Come get some.
Right there, Lee. We've seen what they've done with you. Your transition has been awesome. You step in here against a really tough submission artist in Donnie Reigns. You beat him. You're taking home the belt. Lee Doss, you're the champ. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just like Lee Doss, seductively won a match tonight. And I got to tell you, Lee Doss did what he had to do, came out here and just went as hard as he could and wore Donnie Reigns out.
Yeah, he did, Mike. Donnie Reigns is a UCE original. The guy's an OG. He's been inside this cage a ton of times. Lee Doss, Mike, did what he had to do. You talked about it. He won the fight. And what more can he say than he's the champ?
We got more delicious Ultimate Combat when we come back.